Thanks, Brian. Another polling question, you touched on it a little bit with some of my colleagues' questions. You mentioned how the president said Friday that the state of the economy is strong. We had a poll out over the weekend, ABC News, that found that 41% of Americans say they're worse off financially now than before this president took office. How do you explain the disconnect there of why this administration's message about the strong economy is not getting through?
Right. So I think the poll that you just cited is actually consistent. So about 2/3 of Americans say that their circumstances are better than before. Say it either way. And I think that it is the case that if you look at the kind of key measures of basic economic security, do I have health insurance? Do I have $400 in the bank in case my car breaks down or I have another emergency expense? Am I late or delinquent on a credit card bill? Am I facing foreclosure? If you look at all of those measures, they, on average, American households are in a better position than they were before the pandemic hit. And that's true for the lower income quartiles as well. And so I think that that is in part reflected in the data that you're saying, is that more Americans believe they're in a better economic position in terms of their own balance sheet, their own family balance sheet. And at the same time, in the way that we were talking about before, this has been a very challenging period with the pandemic and all of the ways in which the second and third order ways in which that's affect our lives and the way that we operate in the economy, with the war in Ukraine and the cascading impacts on supply chains and on the ways it affects things that, the basic price of things that people pay in the grocery store. And so for all those reasons, it's understandable that even as personal household circumstances for the majority of people have improved, the anxiety, the economic anxiety is real. So I just go back to the answer I gave before, which is why the president will both speak directly to the fact that we have more work to do, but also underscore how the progress we have made to date can paint a picture to move forward and why we should then commit to the proposition of seeing these policies and this policy vision through.